Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Paranormal News. Today's article comes from stourbridgenews.co.uk, and the headline is Video Shows Shadowy Figure at Dudley Castle. Is it a ghost? It was published on October 30th and written by Bev Holder. And here you can see a picture of the shadow person that they caught in the footage. And we'll take a look at the footage in the video. Video footage taken during a paranormal investigation at Dudley Castle appears to show a shadowy figure in a doorway at the reputedly haunted site. Real-life Black County ghost hunter Jane Harris and her team were at the historic castle, which dates back to 1070 AD. Earlier this month, and when she watched back footage filmed of the doorway to the Tower Keep, which is considered a ghostly hotspot, she noticed a strange black shadow appear and quickly disappear. And here is the video itself. And as you watch it, you can see the quote shadow person appear in the doorway there. Says it could not have been the shadow cast by any of the team because it shrinks away. So there it is. You can make your own determination on it. Jane, who runs HD Paranormal and also appears on TV's Help, My House is Haunted, has published a video on her Facebook page and invited people to share their views on whether they think she and her team have actually captured a ghost on camera during one of their latest explorations on October 15th. She said, quote, "When I watched the footage back for the first time, I thought it must be a shadow of either myself or one of the team. But the more I watched, I realized that the black figure actually appears from the center first, then disappears inwards as if it grows, then shrinks." And this is a screenshot from that video, and it gives you a better look at this shadow person that they captured. Not the way a normal shadow moves. I later found out this is the exact doorway where an apparition has been spotted by several people in the past. So I have to say I'm fascinated by this footage. Castle historian Amy Hickman has also told how she heard voices in the tower as she went to lock up after the investigation ended, but she was completely alone. She said, "I was about to lock the gate following the investigation when I clearly heard several voices, almost like a conversation going on, although I couldn't make out what was being said. I knew no one was around." The castle has a long history of ghost sightings and is considered one of the most haunted castles in the country. So it's not the first time I've experienced something unexplained, especially around the tower. HD paranormal investigator Craig Maloney has also had his own spooky experience in the tower, which has left him afraid to return to the scene. He said, quote, "I won't even go in the castle keep in the daytime after my experience in 2019. I was on my way down from the top when I heard as clear as day a male voice say, 'Excuse me.' I assumed someone was behind me, so I turned, but there was no one there. The voice was crystal clear. From that point, the feeling there totally changed. The atmosphere felt almost threatening. I made my way back down with an immense sense of being followed. I was actually waiting to be pushed at any time. As an investigator, it was an amazing experience, but nothing would get me back up there." The castle is considered one of the most haunted in Britain, with many reports of paranormal activity made by visitors over the years. Most famous sightings are of a gray lady, a figure speculated to be the ghost of Dorothy Beaumont, wife of the royalist second in command, who died during the English Civil War in 1646, who is said to haunt the castle looking for her baby son, who died shortly after birth. Ghostly experiences in the castle keep have also been reported. Legend has it that a woman, thought to be a witch, and her cat were thrown to their deaths there. Visitors have also reported hearing drumming from the castle keep, which is believed to be linked to a young drummer boy who was killed during the Civil War. And that is the end of the article. That sucks that the cat got thrown to their death too. I mean, if they thought the woman was a witch, I guess they thought the cat was her familiar, but it sucks to kill the cat. Okay, the one thing I want to talk about, or the main thing I want to talk about in this article, is this gentleman, Craig Maloney, who claims he's a, let's see, let me make sure I don't mess this up. It says HD paranormal investigator Craig Maloney. So he is a paranormal investigator. And he claims that he had an experience in the tower and he's so scared now that he won't even go back in the daytime. But what I'm not understanding is what happened that was so bad. So I'm going to reread his quote here, and I just want to make sure that I understand properly what happened before I comment. He said, "I was on my way down from the top when I heard as clear as day a male voice say, 'Excuse me.' I assumed someone was behind me, so I turned, but there was no one there." So you were walking down from the top of the tower, and you heard a male voice behind you say, "Excuse me," and there was nobody there. So far, that doesn't sound very bad at all. I mean, at least the ghost is polite. It's not like he cursed you or yelled at you or anything like that. He just said, "Excuse me." And that's not such a scary thing, really. It says the voice was crystal clear. From that point, the feeling there totally changed. The atmosphere felt almost threatening. Once again, I don't understand what's threatening about "excuse me." I made my way back down with an immense sense of being followed. I was actually waiting to be pushed at any time. As an investigator, it was an amazing experience, but nothing would get me back up there. So he wasn't pushed, though. So basically, he's walking down from the top of the tower. He hears a voice behind him say, "Excuse me." And, well, it was probably like in an English accent, because this is in England. So it was probably like, "Excuse me." And so he freaks. And he's like, "Oh no, there's something behind me." And he turns and there's nothing there. So he gets scared, right? So he starts going back down faster, I would imagine, because he's scared. And he has a feeling that he's being followed. And he's expecting to be pushed. And he feels threatened. But there's nothing in this that's actually threatening. The ghost said, "Excuse me." And that's it. Now, we don't know if he was actually followed down the stairs. That could have just been him being scared, because he's already shown that he gets scared very easily, because a simple "excuse me" had him running down the stairs like a rookie. So, I mean, I don't know the guy, so I'm not trying to cast aspersions. So I apologize in advance if that's what it appears like. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to understand why that would scare you so bad that you won't even go back in the daytime. I mean, I've had entities threaten my life. I've had them say that they were coming for me. I've had rocks thrown at me, like a lot of rocks. One of our guys got shoved off of a wall. I mean, I don't understand what is so bad about "excuse me." And then you run down the stairs all scared and you won't ever go back. That's just, I don't know. To me, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't normally think of English people as being scared like that. Usually English people are pretty tough. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this article. Do you think this was a shadow person? We looked at the picture. We looked at the video footage. To me, it's hard to tell because it's so damn dark. But I think especially looking at the screenshot from the video, it gives you a much better view of it, and it does have a human-like shape to it. But the shadow is kind of pixelated and broken up a little bit. But in the video, you can see that it does come from the middle of that area and just kind of appears, comes forward, and then retreats back into the darkness. So it couldn't have been the shadow of somebody that was standing on either side, walking back or forth, or something like that. It could maybe be somebody that was behind them, that was walking up closer to them and then walking back away. But I don't even know if that would produce that type of shadow. I have no idea. It very well could have been a shadow figure. I mean, if this is a haunted type of castle, right? If they have like a lot of sightings here, and I mean, you had that guy that talked about a very, very polite and friendly ghost saying, "Excuse me," and him getting scared and running away. So we know that there's some sort of paranormal activity there. So there could be shadow people there. It's very interesting. So let me know down in the comments what you think. And as always, thank you for all your support and thank you for hanging out with me. And I will catch you on the next one. Till I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye bye.